do you think Wentz is going to rank among the NFC East quarterbacks?
For me, Skip, I would put Dak at 1, Wentz at 2, Hurts at 3, Daniel Jones at 4. The biggest question mark on Wentz is his leadership, because there have been 2 locker rooms that his leadership skills and the way he interacts with his teammates has been questioned. And, you know, this big article came out and everybody tried to refute it, but they didn't refute it. And then we saw what transpired in Indy last year when the owner was he's just beside himself. I've never heard an owner speak this openly and outwardly and basically disparaging of his quarterback ever. So that told me that there is more to it than just ability, because I believe he has the ability, Skip. And his numbers weren't bad. 3,500 yards, 27 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. There's something, and maybe this is the change of scenery that he needs. I understand that Jalen Hurts has better weapons now. I love A.J. Brown. I love Devontae Smith. I love the pieces that they have, Goddard, that they've surrounded him with. If Miles Sanders can stay healthy, the offensive line has been rebuilt if they can stay healthy. But Jalen Hurts still struggles. Great leader. Leadership is unquestioned, but he still struggles with accuracy. He still struggles with turning the ball over entirely too much, Skip. 16 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. He had 61. Think about this. He was 51% as a rookie. He's 61% last season. Became only the second quarterback in the last 40 years to have a 10% jump in completion percentage. The other quarterback is Jameis Winston. I think Jameis is going to be okay. Hurts 61% accuracy, ranked 26 of 31 quarterbacks who started at least 10 games. He was only in front of Baker Mayfield, the guy that you believe in, Sam Darnold, a guy that you don't believe in, Trevor Lawrence, who had one of the worst rookie seasons ever, Justin Fields, a rookie, Zach Wilson, a rookie. That's where he is. So, 2 division titles for walking to him. Should have had another one last year, but hey, that's water under the bridge. I believe that's the way I'm ranking them. Dak, Wentz, Hurts, Jones.
So wait a second. So for the first 4-ish years that we were together on the show, all I ever heard was walk it to him this, walk it to him that.
Yeah, he was better. He was better.
He was bounce it to him. He was hand it to him.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, he didn't have Prescottian numbers. You know that Prescottian, your guy.
I think that Shannon Sharpe just admitted on live national TV, I was wrong about Carson Wentz.
Dak is a better quarterback as I sit here today and we discuss this topic. Now, at one point in time, Wentz was in line to win the MVP, but got hurt. You know that. He was 11-2 in 2017, 33 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. He went 9-7 in 2019, 27-7. So stop pretending like the man can't play, because he can.
That same team went right on and won the Super Bowl, because it was so loaded, with the backup quarterback, Nick Foles. That same team hung 41 points on a Bill Belichick defense without walking to him. They didn't miss a beat. They didn't miss him a second, because I don't think they liked him very much.
The backup quarterback.
Wow.
You talking about Nick Foles?
Yeah.
The guy that's been on more teams than I've been in Uber.
All I know is that year he was the Super Bowl MVP, not Carson Wentz.
And Wentz would have been the MVP had he been there.
In the locker room the next year, they built a shrine to Nick Foles because it was out of their disgust, their mounting disgust for the former starting quarterback, Carson Wentz.
I'm not arguing.
There's something about him. He comes across like a little aw shucks, gee whiz in his interviews, but I think behind the scenes, I think he's no fun to deal with.
Yeah, I don't know how much his teammates like him in the locker room, because that seemed to have been the issue at both places he was at, Philly and Indy. I'm not arguing with you about his leadership skills and whether his teammates like or dislike him. But at the end of the day, Skip, if you win games, all will be forgiven. I mean, that's what Aaron Rodgers. I don't think all of his teammates like him. I don't think he's revered and loved by his teammates like a Brady or like a Peyton Manning.
I agree.
But that joker can play.
And that makes up for it. But this joker can't play well enough to make up for it. And you just told me a few minutes ago that you think leadership is sort of a learned skill as opposed to a gene. I think it's just genetic. You either were gifted with it or you're not.
Well, I think the biggest thing is, Skip, is the understanding that you got so many guys coming from so different areas, socioeconomic backgrounds, racial background, religious background, political backgrounds. What motivates this guy might not motivate that guy. And so you can't speak to everybody the same. You got, I mean, Skip, the thing is about a quarterback, you got to get along with everybody. Offensive line, your offensive line, and a lot of the quarterbacks hang out with the offensive linemen. But you got to speak to the linebacker. You got to carry on with the DBs and then have a conversation with the punters and the kickers. And I don't know how outgoing, I don't know if that's his personality. But sometimes as a quarterback, you have to get outside of yourself. You basically got to become a politician, Skip. You got to become a politician and shake a lot of hands and make people think you like him, even if you don't.
Okay, but you're talking about like forcing yourself to be a politician. A lot of this is natural-born leadership.
Well, if it's natural, it's a lot easier. Well, Peyton Manning and Tom Brady are natural leaders. Ray Lewis was a natural leader.
Agree. I think you were a natural leader.
Yes.
Okay. Jalen Hurts is a natural-born leader. I'm not saying he's a gifted thrower, but because of his leadership, because of his just sheer charisma in the locker room, people gravitate. They want to follow Jalen Hurts into the weight room. They want to follow him because he's going to go in there and he's going to muscle up with any of the linemen. He's just fun to play with and play for, and that's why he's a little better than Carson Wentz in overall impact at the quarterback position. So to me, Philly made exactly the right choice. And by the way, you can throw all those numbers you want. I'll just throw one number at you for Jalen Hurts. They made the playoffs.
What is I mean, Wentz, but see, when Wentz was making the playoffs, you didn't say that. I'll give you one number. He made the playoffs. You kept trying to tell me he wasn't that good. But when he made the playoffs, you said he was bad. I give you stats to say Jalen Hurts isn't as good, and you said when he made the playoffs.
As a rookie, Dak Prescott made the playoffs over Carson Wentz. He beat him.
Carson.
Thank you.
And then what happened the next year? We spanked you. Both times.
Leadership.
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.